Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound. Today we've got the sound system demo on the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLS-class and its 13-speaker Burmester sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls, as well as speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. I should be recording a pretty comprehensive members-only sound test with real songs requested by channel members. So if you want to help out, support the channel, and see some more on the system, check the link below. We've also got an older review for the Burmester high-end 3D sound system that I'll link below as well. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Very nice full-size luxury crossover here from Mercedes-Benz, and this one a little bit more reasonable than some of the other models. Or at least I should say the fact that it's below six figures is pretty reasonable. We are out here in sunny, chilly Denver. I'm actually taking a quick trip out to the mountains, do some skiing with a good friend of mine, and this is going to be a lovely companion, hopefully. So if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. We're going to be shooting a little road trip video, see how this GLS 450 does. We've got it equipped with some winter tires. What are we rocking here? Are they Blizzaks? No, I see Pirelli. It must be Pirelli Soto Zeros on some AMG wheels. Got a little bit of sidewall there. So check the link below if you want to see more on the car. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory default. So let's take a look at those now. Large piece of glass up here in front of us, giving us a screen that can be both touched as well as controlled by this center trackpad here. We're going to be trying to do a little bit of the track padding to keep fingerprints off the screen, but we're already in the media screen, so we're going to go down to this gear icon, and then we're right away greeted with the Burmester media and sound settings screen. Now, right off the bat, we see the sound profiles menu, and this is something that I think is really smart that Mercedes and Burmester have been doing. You've got the pure surround mode, so that's going to give you the most authentic, true to recording audio experience. And then below that, you have a surround mode that's going to create more of an artificial kind of surround sound experience that makes your music feel a little bit more around you. But then you have the personal sound profile. We're going to go through the setup here in a moment. This custom tailors the music to how you prefer it to sound, because at the end of the day, the sound engineers have engineered the system to sound what they think is best based on that pure kind of flat EQ setting, but everyone's got their own preferences depending on what type of music you listen to and what style you and just kind of how your ears and anatomy work. So I like that they gave us a way to customize that. So let's take a look at that now. Click up here and enable it, and then we can choose the gear icon, and we can either individualize it right here, quick and easy, or we can go through the whole configuration menu. And I'm curious, I've seen this in the Burmester high-end systems, but I haven't seen it in a more basic system like this. So I'm curious if it is as comprehensive. So let's see. You can create your own personal sound profile for your Burmester audio system using this assistant. Set your personal comfort volume. I suppose that's just how loud you'd like to listen to music at a comfortable level. I'm gonna go up a little bit. Continue. Set it one more time. So this is kind of for high ends. Set the sound which you find to be balanced. You can balance more toward this sound, a little heavier, or cello, or that higher end. What do you prefer? Maybe as you get older, your treble's not going to be as sensitive, so you're going to want to go more in that direction. Then set a volume which you find to be low. So when really quiet elements of music, then it's going to be using this volume. I would say that's pretty low there. Set a sound which you find to be balanced. Same thing, you're going to go more toward treble or more toward bass. Whoa. They've updated the track a little bit here. Set your desired volume for displayed instruments. Now, I seem to have accidentally brought this up. Can I get that away? Okay. So this is sort of the snare drum sound. You can adjust this. Oh, lots of drum. All right. I like a little extra drum, so I'm going to turn that up some. So this is my personal sound profile. A little toward intensive and brilliant, a little away from bass and speech, but then you can fine-tune it around again to different ways, and it shows you back to what you would customize to that. Set the area which you want sound to come from, so either no surround or wider surround experience. I don't like much surround, so I'm going to keep it right about there. Preferred bass characteristics: neutral, soft, warm, or punch. I like a warm bass. Press the button to compare with your previous settings. So, alright, this is a comparison between what we've customized and then the original. Alright, admittedly, I do recognize how the original playback does sound a little more pure and balanced, but I like it sounding a little more on the nose like this. Okay. And then we're back to our normal media. I think that's so smart, and I really don't understand why more high-end media brands haven't caught on to that customization aspect, because it really allows you to take your six-figure car, make it feel customized and tailored to your preferences, and ultimately allows you to enjoy the vehicle more. So those are those settings there. Let's go through pure and surround real fast, the other two sound modes. Our track's just ending here. Let's go back real quick. Here's pure. And then surround. I'm going to do some evaluation throughout the week with the surround modes and the personal sound profile modes, but most of our actual presentation here is going to be in pure. Then below that, you have an equalizer for this bass Burmester, just bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. Definitely sounding like the mid-range a little high on this system. Then you move down to your front, rear, left, right fader and balance, and then sound focus. I like this as well. Right now the sound is optimized for all the seats, but if it's simply you in the cabin or just the front passengers maybe, optimize it for the front. You can hear the difference here. Or the rear. We might have some of the listening in driver mode, or rather the front mode, because that's going to slightly adjust the rear speakers to expedite the music and try to get the sounds coming right to our ears a little more accurately in the front row, and ultimately if you're listening that way, you should probably have it in that mode. Do we have anything else? Yes, loudness normalization, adjust the perceived volume to one level. I'm going to turn that off for our testing. I should have had it off already, but that's going to keep the tracks a little less filtered, a little more true to recording. And that is it for our sound adjustments. For audio controls here in the GLS, you have a nice volume roller. Decent tactility there, although it is plastic in this model. And then you have volume sliding haptic control on the steering wheel, also with the ability to click it and mute it. I like that. Right? Yeah, okay. And then for track selection, you can either slide your finger back and forth on the trackpad here, you can use the touchscreen, or I believe you have to be on the proper menu and slide back and forth on the steering wheel. For audio inputs here in the GLS, you have your standard, let's go back over to radio real fast, Sirius XM, AM, FM, and support for HD radio. Looks like you have tune-in radio built in as well. That's interesting. Then let's go back here. You've got Bluetooth streaming support, USB-C ports up there, and then what is under online music? Looks like if you log in, you can get some Mercedes online music built in. What does that mean you're missing? There's no USB-A port, so make sure you have yourself a C to A adapter if you're using USB-A devices. Don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and there aren't too many streaming services built in. No Spotify, Apple Music, that sort of deal. Oh, sorry, we do have support for wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 13-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got way down there a front bass woofer built into the Firewall 1, mid-range 2, tweeter 3, up front mid-range 4, 5, 6, 7 on the other side. Coming back here, 8, where's our 9th? Maybe 8 and 9 built in. We should have both a tweeter and a mid-range back here. Maybe it's built into the door. 10, 11 on the other side, and then our 12, 13 surround speakers in the third row there. No subwoofer in this model. It's just the bass is done right up here in the front. Okay, let's get out on the highway and listen to these tracks at 70 miles per hour. vehicles can we crank this number 5 Homeworld Collapse track up and get such a powerful effect there in the middle as everything picks up in the song. So many cars fall on their face there and things get messy and there's distortion when the snare drum comes in. But even though this isn't sounding perfect, it's handling that track so well, and even at this loud volume, between the front bass woofers there that bring in a nice close punch power to the music, and then having the rest of the soundstage up in front of you, it really does a good job. For this next track, speaking of power, we'll turn the bass all the way up and see what we're getting without having a rear subwoofer. So it's very punchy, very crisp, but you're not getting that window shaking, rattling that you might be wanting from a really powerful sound system, just because we don't have a big, heavy hitting subwoofer in this car. It's more smaller, precise subwoofers up in front of us. We'll do a little surround here. Wrapping up my thoughts here on the 13-speaker Burmester system in the Mercedes-Benz GLS. Where Mercedes deserves credit is the fact that even though this isn't the top-level system, you don't feel like you're missing out in the way that you feel in other mid-range systems. For example, we just had the Range Rover, $130,000 car with the mid-level Meridian system, and there were weaknesses in it where I thought, look, I know Meridian is capable of making a better system, especially because they do make a better system, but don't punish people for not opting up to that. The way I see it, in a luxury car like this, something six figures, the top level system should be absolutely mind-blowing. It should be the best possible system that the audio engineers could have made, and you should be able to option it out. It should cost more, understandable. But the main level system should still be very, very strong. That's what Tesla does, and that's what Mercedes does here with this system. Yeah, the top-level Burmester is going to be one of the best you ever hear, but even this mid-level Burmester is very, very good. I'm giving it an A+. It's not quite the crazy wow factor of an S-tier system, but it's so close, and what it allows you to do is crank up any sort of music that you want to listen to, any sort of genre, really, really loud and be satisfied. The only tuning tweaks I would make is a little bit less mid-range. We experienced it in the Members Only soundtrack. Take away a little vocal and some snare, and you've got an awesome system. Oh, and a subwoofer in the back would help too. But thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the GLS, check the link below. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.